So today we're going to make a chocolate orange cheesecake. We're going to use both the double chocolate hazelnut biscuits and the dark cocoa orange bar. So we've got icing sugar, vegan cream cheese, vegan double cream, cocoa powder, vegan butter, obviously the Rhythm 108 dark cocoa orange bar and the Rhythm 108 double chocolate hazelnut biscuits. So we're going to start by making the cheesecake base. We're going to use the double chocolate hazelnut biscuits and some vegan butter. Start by crushing up all of the biscuits into like a sand type consistency. You can do this in the bag to like reduce any packaging waste. Once you've roughly crushed them up, we're going to pop them in a bowl and then you can just like do any last bit of crushing. These biscuits work perfectly for a cheesecake base because they've actually got like little bits of chocolate in as well, so it just adds that little extra bit. So I'm going to go and melt the butter and then add that into the biscuits. Stir the biscuits in the vegan butter until all of the biscuits are like coated in the butter, then we're good to go. I'm just going to grab my lined 20cm cake tin. So I've just lined the base of the cake tin with a circle of parchment paper. Just put a little vegan butter underneath to stick it down. So I'm just going to pour the biscuits into the base of this. And then we're going to press the biscuits down into the base so it's like an even layer across and just press them down as firmly as you can. So I'm just going to pop the cheesecake base in the freezer while we make the filling. So for the filling we're going to start by adding the vegan cream cheese into the bowl of a stand mixer if you're using one. If you don't have a stand mixer you can just use a big mixing bowl and use like a hand electric whisk. So into the cream cheese we're now going to add the vegan double cream. So start mixing on low, otherwise it's going to like slosh about a little bit. And then once it's started to incorporate, you can turn it up onto high and whisk until it's like really thick and fluffy. And while that's whisking, I'm just going to go and melt this chocolate. Once the cream cheese and the double cream is all whipped up and it's quite thick and fluffy, we can add the rest of the ingredients. So into here I'm going to add the icing sugar, cocoa powder, and then obviously the melted orange chocolate. I'm just going to gently fold in these ingredients slightly and then pop it back on the mixer. So whisk this again on high until everything's incorporated and looks completely smooth. Every now and then you might have to stop and just scrape down the sides and make sure everything's completely incorporated. Right, once all the ingredients are incorporated, you should have a glossy, fluffy mixture. So I've taken the cheesecake base out of the freezer and then we're going to pop the filling into the cake tin. And then just take an angled spatula again, or just a spoon if you've got one, just smooth out the top, make sure it's all level. Once it's all smooth on the top, we're going to pop it back in the freezer for about 3 to 4 hours until it's set, or you can just leave it overnight and then take it out the next day. So I've just taken the cheesecake out of the freezer, it's been in there for about 3 to 4 hours, the top is nice and firm. Just going to cover the top in cocoa powder, use a little sieve. You could also decorate it with melted chocolate if you want to. I think it just looks nice and simple just with cocoa powder. So then pop this back in the fridge and then you can just eat it whenever you fancy. Just going to add a final dusting of cocoa powder. Should we take a slice? So good. Definitely give it a try. I'll just eat the whole thing.